Okay, that's
Oh.
stretchy.
If I remember part of the ordinance, I can't remember how it reads, but the section 7 references section 16, and at some point in there it says, but at no point should it be greater than 45 feet or less.
Less than 35 feet.
So that's,
And so maybe I'm confused about this as well, Ledger, just are we saying that my idea of, okay, then you can go 3410 if we turn you down, that's not true. That's not true.
With that sunroom,
Yeah,
right? That's, yes,
it is true. They could not build that without a variance.
correct.
Okay,
But that would be variance C, not variance B,
yes,
being two separate variances.
yes.
so you have to. So how would that work? You would,
So, tried to explain it as best I could in writing, in my report. But essentially, this section 7.02, which establishes the 50-foot water body setback. Section 7.02 establishes the hierarchy. The default's 50 feet, but if adjacent buildings aren't within 50 feet or closer, that's when the straight line rule comes into place. But at no point can you be any closer to the water than 35 feet.
Okay, but so if the straight line rule would put you, okay, so in this case, the straight line rule would really be further from the lake than 35 feet.
Yes.
So
Yep.
that then you have to go with C if you're going to grant this variance.
Correct.
Because
Yeah, if you were going to grant the variance for section 7.02, you would have to also grant C as well. They go hand in hand.
yeah, so if we told them, yeah, no, we won't give you more than 3410, we'd also have to give them the C variance as well. Okay,
Sorry, I have a question. I don't mean to take this back to the front yard. But when I'm looking at drawing 28, and this just has to do with the property lines. On drawing 28, page 28, looking at the area plan, so that's sheet number 1, but it's in our packet, it's 28 of 28. In the left-hand diagram, you have red lines that are labeled property lines to reflect distances due from the mortgage survey. And then another set of property lines, 9.3 feet east, based on GIS.
right, so what I tried to do there is, take physical measurements and GIS can be, you know, off by a few feet in either directions. It's in my experience, it's never accurate. So what I tried to do is combine the information from the survey and overlay it onto the GIS to give a real life depiction of where those property lines and not using the lines depicted on the GIS.
Okay, so based upon that and the fact that it's 9 feet is a pretty big magnitude difference. Did you also do the same measurement physically of the house to the high water line? Is there a clear high water line?
I did not.
Because what it makes me worry about is if the entire mortgage survey is potentially 9 feet to the west, are we really talking about 34 or 35 feet from the existing deck to the high water line or the average water line, whichever one it is? Or is it actually potentially we're 9 more feet to the east with the house, and this could be sitting at 40 something feet already?
Yeah, it would take a certified survey to determine that. We don't have the ability to to determine where that high water mark is in such a steep change of grade. But if you look at that same drawing, you can see that the property lines extend well into Noah's Landing.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's why, as far as that whole front discussion, in a way, it becomes moot because there's 9 extra feet over there, but the application looks like it's based on the mortgage survey depth, which is, puts the 25-foot setback 16 feet away.
Yeah, certified survey done, you know, to verify what the dimensions are.
When will your clients be back?
You know, I'm not sure, I'm not principal contact with the clients, we have another project manager, but I believe they will be back next week sometime.
Okay. Well, if there's general consensus that we may not know what the actual distance is from the water body to the structure, and you're proposing to get us better information about that, one of the things we could do would be to, I always forget the correct word we're supposed to use, but essentially wave our hands and say, we'll do this later. And give you a chance to get us that data. And maybe have your clients more involved in it and come to us at that time. I don't know how the rest of the board feels about that or how Fletcher feels about it, but I think that's huge. If we don't really know where the water line is, then so much of this is possibly wrong.
It, would it be reason, and again, my whole thought process, as I stated in the beginning, is that we're gonna maintain the building lines on the front and back. And so would it be reasonable to request that in the variance is that we can encroach no further into the water body setback than what is existing?
Well, the problem with that is that when you go up from the existing deck, that's where you need the variance. I mean, if you were just doing the existing, tell me if I'm wrong, if you were just living with the existing deck and maybe taking it out to be a rectangular thing rather than having those corners cut off, I don't think that anybody, I don't know, I shouldn't speak for them. I wouldn't have any problem with saying that's fine with just a deck. It's when you go up and create the screen porch, and it would be the one that the part of it that I think would be most offending on the straight line rule anyway.
Yes.
That's where I was going.
So. So, and I'm sure your clients want to move forward as rapidly as possible, and I don't know when our next meeting is, but if you could whip us up a survey that showed the actual distance to the water's edge, it might be helpful, particularly if it's 9 feet further from.
Right, it says it hasn't rained but twice this summer.
Yeah.
And I do keep thinking that, again, you're so close in a lot of this, that with actual, I should always talk closer to the microphone, sorry. But with just actual data and information, some of this might go away. Or you're so close.
Or
that
it might get a lot worse.
Lake.
So I would suspect, based on the fact that you've seen, there's been no discussions related to the massing placement location of the rest of the house. You're that close. So I feel like this is just dotting i's, crossing t's, confirming some pieces. Because again, it's whatever, if we give you these variances now, but it's not quite dialed in on exactly what's happening. That's how we've gotten into some of these other situations. Not us, not this body, but in the past, the issues that you're sort of dealing with. So that's why we just have to be very careful and make sure it's clear what we're approving. It is also good that the neighbors are in support of this project. So again, it really seems like it's just getting a few things squared away here. I would also encourage you in that process, make a few other corrections in the documents that just help us say yes.
Would it have to be published again as a public notice or how is that?
So one thing to keep in mind is if you talk to your clients, share some of the concerns from the board and they agree, like maybe we remove that front roof porch, we would certainly need to renotice it because we would be asking for a new front yard setback, essentially 16 feet instead of the 9 feet 10 inches. And then with the back porch and the sunroom, if it turns out you're actually further away from the water than what was originally requested, we would need to republish as well.
But we would still have the setback would have to be 50 feet before no variance would be requested or required.
It wouldn't have to be 50 feet as long as the adjacent neighbors aren't exactly at 50 feet. So if the neighbor, their back corner, let's say 40 feet, you could align the house with that setback. Same with the other adjacent neighbor to the south. So north and south neighbors need to match their corners with that straight line if it's any closer than 50 feet.
I don't know how, I don't know how surveyors work, but if you could get your surveyor to tell you where those corners are, that'd be magic for us.
Yeah.
I would feel better with a proper survey. Still looking.
So again, it's up to you. We can go on tonight or we can postpone this to another date certain. I don't know if you can get it all done in 30 days or our postponement should be 60 days or.
Well, with your notices, I don't think we could do it in 30 days, could we?
With noticing, with different notices, we're looking at a December meeting.
A December meeting.
Yep, so we would skip Thanksgiving and meet in December.
Can I ask a question, Fletcher, of you? Because they're asking less than, potentially, let me rephrase. Because they would potentially be asking less than what has already been noticed. We still have to do the renotice?
I believe so. I can look at the
If you don't mind taking. a look.
language
Yeah, I can think
and
about that. I know in the past, we've kind of gone with the, well, if they're gonna ask for less, who would be aggrieved by not
Yeah.
well,
being noticed?
let me confirm that and I can reach back out to the board and the applicant and let them know.
Okay, and I think it's not as much reached us, will come whenever you tell us we can do it, but if you can get it scheduled for them sooner than December, that would be ideal.
So if it's not called tabling, what's the right word?
We've used postpone, we've turned
Postpone.
adjourned, we've used adjourned. What do we do? What do we call it, Jan? All right.
Say all.
I
Mains
think
the- mains the same thing.
What would Janice?
Table this to a future date.
Is that right? Okay,
I think that's what we do.
all right. I'd accept a motion to,
I'd like to make. a motion.
please do.
I'd like to make a motion to table this to a later date, contingent on what Fletcher discovers regarding noticing. So if Fletcher discovers that he has to renotice this, I would suggest we table this to, I would move to table this to December. If it does not have to be renoticed, I will move to table this till November.
It's all gonna depend also on how we will our surveyors, so.
Yeah,
I don't think you can get out there tomorrow.
Right.
But I think it makes sense to get that survey in hand and reevaluate just exactly what we're asking for.
Mhm.
So. I would agree with that.
Is there anything else on the docket in November?
Not now.
Hmm.
You'd be too late to advertise for November now.
That's correct. November's out of the picture for new requests. December is still in play. I believe late October is the deadline for an application submittal. We could always just set out a certain number of days before the next meeting.
Good with your question.
60, 90.
I think there's a charge along with that.
There's a
isn't
charge with
there?
that.
There is a fee associated with a special meeting, and then I would need to ensure that all the ZBA members are available.
So we
You'd
do,
still have advertising. I mean, it wouldn't save you possibly that much time. It's only
1 month.
55 days now till December, right? Or 54 days.
It's a whole.
And you need 30 days to advertise, so. How much?
I haven't
could
done
you
any of my
encourage-
shopping.
I'd like to amend my
Thanksgiving
motion
is in
then.
there, so, I mean, you're not gonna.
Can I amend my own motion?
And
All right, so I'd like to table this to the December meeting.
Second? Anybody? Yes, we have a second. Sean seconds. All
Okay,
right. Any more discussion about this? All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed? It's unanimous.
so we're gonna table it to the second meeting.
I got it.
Yes, December meeting, yes. Okay,
And then in your motion, I'm gonna put the date, December.
That's fine, thank you.
okay, that sounds fine.
Can I throw a monkey wrench in everything?
Mm.
Election is November 4th. Would that mean that the meeting gets moved anyway?
No, it's December, what?
No,
Right, but I'm saying, is the November meeting late, a week later or something?
No,
now?
it'll be
Because-
like Thursday.
what is it on the approved calendar? November
Yeah.
1.
I think it's.
Because would that give us 30 days or?
Well, again, the situation is getting the survey to
Oh.
It's till December.
till
not
December
November.
4th.
Well, that's-
We're not November dates.
Well, I was just thinking if that works, then maybe we could
No,
do it, but no.
So it'd be December 2nd is
okay,
the meeting, and then
When's the November?
the November meeting's the 4th, which is on
Election.
an election, so that would need to be changed if we had a November meeting.
how would that work?
Well, I'm still not clear on how. Are you saying that there is some? How long do you think it's gonna take you to get your survey? I
I'm
mean,
gonna make a phone call first thing. in the
I
morning.
understand. But.
Well, we already agreed for the December meeting,
Well,
right?
we all kind of have done that, and then I think there's some attempt to shorten it, but,
Well, I was just trying to help them.
Yeah,
We appreciate it, but it's.
all right, let's go to
Never
December.
mind, sorry.
And Janice, I think that it's December 2nd, not,
I just wrote that down.
okay, very
Okay,
good,
December 2nd.
okay. Very good. Well, it's been a pleasure, gentlemen, and well, maybe we'll get together again sometime.
I really do appreciate the deliberation, consideration of this, the thought that you put into it and making sure that you protect the zoning ordinance the way you should. And
Yeah.
so, we appreciate it.
Very good. I think that we don't have any action to take on it. Well, we've taken action on the petition. We've tabled it. Now we're on to public comment on non-agenda items. You fellows want to talk to us about anything else? Okay, okay. That moves on to concerns of ZBA members, Director of Planning and Zoning, and Recording Secretary. Janice, how are things with you?
Welcome back. I missed you guys.
I know, it's been a long time.
It has been,
Do you have any issues?
no issues.
Do any of the board members have issues?
I would like to have a current zoning ordinance if possible.
yes.
So Dropbox outside sufficient,
Yeah, that'll work. That's fantastic.
and an
Just-
email
just drop-
email notice
Drop me an email and
too.
I'll sprint on over.
It's available online electronically, right?
It is.
Or-
I need to toy around with it a little bit because usually with PDFs, you can click the sidebar and you'll get table of contents with
Yeah.
different articles, not this one
Oh.
for some reason. So I need to see what's going on there.
Okay. I'm happy with the PDF version. That's the only way I ever read it.
2 physical copies.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm right there with you.
Okay.
I was born in
I make
1947.
physical copies of things I want. Okay. And how about you? Do you have any concerns that you'd like to air with us at this time?
I have been talking with some residents quite frequently on McGregor Road who may be on the December agenda for a similar request that you saw tonight.
Okay, all right. Look forward to that.
Mhm.
And very good. Nothing else before us.
I'm sorry.
We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks again for your time. Thank you.
You-
Thanks, Logan. You too.